It assist you now as DCI and charge, if you will, of the intelligence community? Would it assist you if the FBI's domestic intelligence function was separate from its investigative and its law enforcement and prosecutorial function?
I don't believe so. And I'll tell you why. First of all, I would say the first thing that's important, and Bob Mueller will talk about this afternoon, I'm not going to go into the changes and how he thinks about this. We've been running operations with the FBI against targets for 30 years. In terms of their tradecraft and how they operate with us and how we jointly recruit people, this is well known, well understood between us. Where he's trying to take the organization is to put a primacy, particularly in the terrorism arena, put a primacy on the intelligence gathering aspect of it and put the prosecution of it behind. I think you would also argue that the prosecutorial power may actually have a benefit in terms of his ability to recruit someone, in terms of an enticement and an enhancement, or how you talk to somebody. But I think that the way to do this is to keep that together and then grow within the FBI a separate kind of officer with a separate kind of training and a separate kind of career path, where the intelligence mission is not divorced from the prosecutorial mission, but is something, you know, you can grow in quite a different way. I mean, the devil is all in the recruiting, the training, the promotion precepts, and how you reward that individual for the work is really where you're going to make hay here, but I wouldn't separate it.
We at the Office of the Inspector General found that prior to the September 11 attacks, the New York field office focused its al-Qaeda counterterrorism efforts on criminal investigations. But it did not expend a similar effort on intelligence investigations or the development of intelligence information. New York agents told the Office of the Inspector General they believed that criminal prosecution was the most effective tool in combating terrorism. They asserted that criminal investigations are also a preventive activity, and the FBI had always focused on preventing terrorism, even before September 11th. They pointed to the Terror Stop investigation in 1993, an investigation to uncover a terrorist plot to attack New York City landmarks, and the criminal investigation into the East Africa embassy bombings. Prosecutors also argued that criminal investigations and prosecutions are an effective preventive measure against terrorism. Testifying before the Joint Intelligence Committee, Mary Jo White, the former U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, stated, "We viewed the terrorist investigations and prosecutions we did from 1993 to 2002 as a prevention tool." Patrick Fitzgerald, currently the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois and formerly an Assistant U.S. Attorney in the Southern District of New York, told us that it is a misconception that there has to be a difference between prosecution and gathering intelligence. He added that the Southern District of New York prosecutions produced a treasure trove of intelligence information. However, prosecutors also realized criminal investigation and prosecution were not the only means of countering terrorism. Mary Jo White stated, "The counterterrorism strategy of our country in the 1990s was not, as I have read in the media, criminal prosecutions." She further stated, "None of us considered prosecutions to be the country's counterterrorism strategy, or even a major part of it." Patrick Fitzgerald told us, "In order to connect the dots, you need people to gather the dots." Although we at the Office of the Inspector General agree criminal investigations are a highly effective counterterrorism tool, intelligence investigations were not given nearly the same level of resources and attention in the FBI's New York field office before September 11, 2001. This criminal focus was clear in the assignment of personnel on the New York bin Laden squad. From October of 2000 to June 2001, only one agent on the bin Laden squad was designated as the intelligence agent. the agent we called Chad. The remainder were designated as criminal agents. Chad told us at the Office of the Inspector General that he was inundated with intelligence investigations and information, and he rarely had enough time even to review all the incoming bin Laden intelligence information, let alone to digest, analyze, or initiate the procedures to pass the information to the criminal agents where applicable. Chad also told us that the intelligence agent designation was not a desirable position within the bin Laden squad. He described himself as the leper on the squad due to the wall. Furthermore, Chad stated that the intelligence side of the squad received far less and lower quality resources. The handling of the investigation to locate Khalid al-Mihdhar provides a clear indication of the primacy of the criminal over intelligence investigations in the New York office. On August 28, 2001, the New York field office opened an intelligence investigation to locate Khalid al-Mihdhar based upon Donna's electronic cable. Donna told the Office of the Inspector General that she believed that there was some urgency to the Khalid al-Mihdhar investigation, not because of any evidence that he was operational, but because he could leave the United States at any time, and the opportunity to find out as much as possible about him would be lost. She said she therefore called Chad about the electronic cable in advance, which she did not normally do. However, when she sent the electronic cable to New York, she assigned the matter routine precedence, the lowest precedence level. When asked about this discrepancy, Donna told the Office of the Inspector General that the Khalid al-Mihdhar investigation was no bigger than any other intelligence investigation that the FBI was pursuing at the time. The New York bin Laden squad relief supervisors, who we call Jay and David, told the Office of the Inspector General that they recognized that there was some urgency to the Khalid al-Mihdhar investigation. Yet the FBI in New York did not treat it like an urgent matter. The investigation was given to an inexperienced agent named Richard, who had only recently been assigned to the bin Laden squad. This was his first intelligence investigation. As one of the largest field offices in the FBI, with over 300 agents assigned to the Joint Terrorism Task Force, the New York field office could have assigned additional or more experienced agents who were not involved in the cold criminal investigation to assist Richard. However, the New York field office bin Laden squad was focused on criminal investigations. As a result, the designation of the Khalid al-Mihdhar matter as an intelligence investigation, as opposed to a criminal investigation, undermined the priority of any effort to locate Khalid al-Mihdhar. Finally, we also noted that there was a clear predicate for a criminal investigation that no one appeared to notice at the time. In her electronic cable, Donna noted that Khalid al-Mihdhar had previously traveled to the United States, according to information she obtained from the INS. After the FBI's intelligence investigation was opened, she obtained and forwarded to Richard a copy of Khalid al-Mihdhar's June 2001 visa application, on which he stated that he had not previously been issued a visa and had never traveled to the United States. Thus, there was a clear basis to change Khalid al-Mihdhar criminally with false statements or visa fraud. Significantly, this information had been provided to the FBI without the restrictive caveats placed on NSA reports and other intelligence information. As a result, if Khalid al-Mihdhar had been found, he could have been arrested and charged with a criminal violation based on the false statements on his visa application. However, the FBI did not seem to notice this when deciding whether to use criminal or intelligence resources to locate Khalid al-Mihdhar.